There comes a moment in every man's life when the mirror becomes the enemy. Not because of what it reflects, but because of what it forces him to see, the truth he's been running from, the broken promises he made to himself, the pieces of a soul chipped away by compromise, by people-pleasing, by silence when he should have spoken, by bending when he should have stood tall. It doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in slowly. First, you say yes when you mean no. Then you smile when you want to scream. You let them cross a line once, then twice, and soon there are no lines left. You give and give, hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'll see your worth. But they don't, because you haven't seen it either. The day you choose yourself is the day the fog begins to lift. It's the day you stop waiting for someone to validate your existence. You stop hoping they'll understand your pain. You stop begging to be chosen. Because now, you finally realize, you are not a backup plan. You are not someone's second thought. You are not here to be half-loved. There is a kind of heartbreak that doesn't come from losing someone else. It comes from losing yourself trying to hold on to them. You forget who you were before you dimmed your light to make them comfortable. You forget the fire that used to burn in your chest. And one day you wake up surrounded by people, but you feel more alone than ever. That's when it hits you. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not the one you gave everything to. No one. And in that silence you hear it. Your own voice. The one you buried under years of noise and guilt and fear. It's faint at first, almost like a whisper, but it's yours. And for the first time in a long time, you listen. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's survival. It's standing in front of the world, naked in your truth, and saying, "This is who I am, and that is enough." It's walking away from the people who only love you when you're easy to love. It's cutting ties with the version of you that settled, that stayed quiet, that said yes to everything but his own dreams. You don't need permission to become powerful. You don't need applause to heal. The transformation begins in solitude. In that dark, uncomfortable space where you confront everything you've avoided, your insecurities, your regrets, your wasted potential, but also your strength, your resilience, your heart that refused to give up, even when it was shattered. They won't understand your decision. They'll call you arrogant, cold, distant. Let them. Because they benefited from your silence, they fed off your doubt, but now you see through it all. You see who was really there, and who only stayed as long as you were useful. The day you choose yourself, you start building without permission. You stop explaining your worth. You look at your own reflection and finally feel proud. Not because you're perfect, but because you made it out of the pain, out of the people-pleasing, out of the prison of your own mind. That man who chooses himself is dangerous, not because he wants to hurt others, but because he will never again let others hurt him without consequence. He sets boundaries like walls around a kingdom he built with blood and silence, and only those who respect the fortress get to enter. You start moving different. You talk less. You watch more. You let go of the need to be understood because now you understand yourself. You don't chase. You attract, not out of ego, but out of alignment. You refuse to shrink to fit places you've outgrown. Choosing yourself means working on yourself even when it's hard. Waking up early when no one's watching, grinding in silence, healing without closure, rebuilding from rubble, and smiling. Not because life is easy, but because you finally own your life. There will be days it hurts, days you question everything, days you want to run back to comfort, but remember this: comfort never made you strong. Comfort never made you grow. The pain you feel is proof that you're alive. And as long as you're alive, you still have time to become everything they said you couldn't be. No one will clap for you when you start. Some will mock you, some will leave. Good. Let them. Growth isn't meant to be crowded. This path you're on isn't for everyone. It's for warriors, for men who got tired of pretending, for men who decided to stop breaking their backs for people who wouldn't even lift a finger for them. One day you'll look back and realize that losing them was the best thing that ever happened to you, because it forced you to meet yourself, the real you, the version buried under shame, doubt, and rejection. And you'll thank the pain for waking you up, Choosing yourself isn't loud. It's not posted online. It doesn't come with applause. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's eating alone, healing alone, growing alone. But it's real. It's raw. And it's yours. So if you're standing at that crossroads right now, tired, broken, questioning if you'll ever feel whole again, let this be your sign. Choose yourself. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Right here. Right in the middle of your pain. Right in the silence where no one checks on you. Choose yourself. Not because you hate them, but because you finally love you. The man who chooses himself is reborn. Not in glory, but in grit. Not in luxury, but in discipline. Not in applause, but in purpose. And when you rise, not if, but when, you will rise alone. Stronger, wiser, unbreakable. Because the day you choose yourself, everything changes.